Ireland's rugged coastal beauty has always been a draw for tourists, with its emerald hills, towering cliffs, and captivating views of the Atlantic Ocean. However, even the breathtaking landscapes couldn't prepare the residents of Mayo County for the unexpected arrival of a bizarre and mysterious object that bobbed toward the shore on a cold morning, a solar-powered houseboat that had traveled thousands of miles from Canada. The arrival of this unusual vessel sent shockwaves through the quiet coastal town, sparking intrigue, questions, and a sense of wonder. But what was this strange vessel, and how had it ended up so far from its intended destination? Who was the visionary behind this daring, unconventional journey? But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. This incredible tale would soon unfold, revealing an adventurous spirit, a message of hope, and a larger-than-life mystery that continues to fascinate people around the world. It was an ordinary morning on the Irish coast. Tourists and locals alike had gathered to enjoy the stunning vistas of Mayo County when something unexpected caught their attention. Through the dense fog, a strange object appeared, bobbing slowly toward the shore. At first glance, it seemed like a massive alien craft, but as it drew closer, it became clear that this was no extraterrestrial spaceship. It was a houseboat of some sort, yet nothing like any vessel anyone had ever seen. Witnesses immediately recognized that the strange craft was moving erratically, carried aimlessly by the water as though it had no clear direction. The object appeared to be floating on its own, as if the winds and currents were its only navigators. It wasn't long before those on the shore realized that the boat's course was heading directly for the coast. At this point, panic set in. What was this object, and why was it in the middle of the ocean, so far from any known port? Was anyone on board? Greg Watt, a local Coast Guard officer, received the call to investigate. He was on duty and quickly made his way to the location of the mysterious craft. As he approached, he could see through the mist that the object was large, massive, and bobbing in the water as though it didn't belong there. Whatever it was, it certainly wasn't like any other boat or ship Greg had encountered before. As Greg and his colleagues got closer to the vessel, they were met with a sense of unease. The strange object appeared to have no business being in the water. It looked more like a caravan than a boat, with no traditional form or shape that resembled anything familiar to the crew. The only certainty was that the vessel had no clear means of propulsion or crew on board. Greg, bracing himself for the unexpected, used a megaphone to call out to anyone who might be aboard. His voice echoed across the foggy sea, but no response came back. A heavy silence settled over the Coast Guard crew as they cautiously boarded the strange vessel. What could they find inside? Was it abandoned? Or worse, was it part of some dangerous scheme? As they ventured deeper into the vessel, their questions multiplied rather than diminished. They found no immediate answers, just an eerie emptiness that left them feeling more unsettled with every passing moment. The boat had a lived-in appearance, with remnants of daily life still scattered about. But the most chilling discovery came when they searched the interior more thoroughly. On one of the walls, they found a message written in black permanent marker. The message was brief, but its implications would have a profound impact on the investigation. The message read, "I, Rick Small, give this structure to a young person experiencing homelessness so they can have a better life. No rent, no mortgage, no hydro." With this message in hand, the Coast Guard began to piece together the puzzle. The strange vessel, which had been drifting across the ocean from Canada to Ireland, was not merely a peculiar boat, it was part of a larger story. The name written on the wall, Rick Small, piqued the interest of the authorities, leading them to a man whose story seemed as mysterious and extraordinary as the boat itself. Rick Small was a man from Thunder Bay, Ontario, known for his unconventional ideas and his passion for alternative energy and environmental sustainability. A firm believer in self-sufficiency and minimalism, Rick had long advocated for the use of solar power as a viable substitute for fossil fuels. His work in alternative energy had already earned him some local recognition, but it was his most ambitious project that would truly cement his place in the history. In his quest to create a fully self-sufficient lifestyle, Rick designed and built a houseboat made primarily from plywood and other sustainable materials. But Rick's vision wasn't just about living off the grid, he had a larger goal in mind. He intended to sail his self-built solar-powered houseboat across the Atlantic Ocean, from Canada to Ireland. His goal was nothing short of extraordinary. He wanted to prove that solar-powered technology could be harnessed to tackle some of the world's most pressing environmental issues. He saw his voyage as a statement, a demonstration of what could be achieved if people embrace sustainable energy solutions. But there was more to Rick's journey than just environmental advocacy. The houseboat wasn't just a vessel for him to live on. It was a gift to the homeless. Rick's ultimate aim was to donate the boat to a young person in need, someone experiencing homelessness, to provide them with a place to live free of the burdens of rent, mortgage, and utilities. He believed that this small act of generosity could make a profound difference in someone's life. Before embarking on his incredible journey, Rick's intentions were met with concern by the Canadian Coast Guard. They warned him that his self-built boat was unlikely to survive the treacherous conditions of the Atlantic Ocean. The houseboat was fragile, constructed from lightweight materials, and had no proper navigation system. Despite their warnings, Rick was determined to proceed with his journey. He believed in the potential of his boat and in his own skills and resilience. As Rick set sail from Newfoundland, the authorities feared for his safety. Would his houseboat withstand the challenges of the open ocean, or would it be swallowed by the waves? Over time, the story of Rick's brave voyage spread across Canada, but then it disappeared. For months, there was no news of Rick Small or his solar-powered houseboat. Some feared the worst, that the man had perished at sea. Others believed he had gone off the grid voluntarily, choosing to live in seclusion rather than face the pressures of modern society. Then, the houseboat arrived on the shores of Ireland, almost 20,000 kilometers from its starting point in Canada. The Irish Coast Guard was caught off guard by the sudden appearance of Rick's houseboat. It was a sight that no one could have predicted, an object that appeared to have no business being there. How had it made the journey across the Atlantic? And where was Rick? Despite the boat's strange and unconventional design, it was clear that it had been built with love and care. It had a lived-in feel, and the message inside gave a glimpse into Rick's character. A man who cared deeply about the environment and the less fortunate, and who was willing to go to extraordinary lengths to make a difference. The Irish authorities and locals were stunned by the boat's arrival, with many questioning if Rick was on board. Despite several efforts to track him down, his whereabouts remained unknown. Some speculated that he had gone into hiding, while others thought he might have perished during the voyage. However, the houseboat itself remained a symbol of Rick's vision, an unorthodox solar-powered vessel that carried with it a profound message about sustainability, self-sufficiency, and helping those in need. As the story of Rick Small's houseboat continued to capture the public's imagination, it became a local legend in Mayo County. Some businesses even sought to turn the boat into a local landmark, drawing visitors and tourists eager to witness this incredible feat of engineering. Rick's houseboat continues to inspire people to think differently about energy, homelessness, and the possibilities of a self-sufficient lifestyle. His message, to live with less, to help others, and to embrace sustainable living, has left an indelible mark on the community. Though Rick himself remains a mystery, his gift to the homeless and his commitment to alternative energy have sparked conversations around the world. His houseboat's journey across the Atlantic Ocean may have been extraordinary, but it was also a testament to human ingenuity, perseverance, and the desire to make a difference in the world. Rick Small's solar-powered houseboat is more than just a peculiar vessel that washed up on the Irish shore. It's a story of innovation, selflessness, and determination. It's a reminder that, no matter how unconventional the journey, there's always a message to be heard and a lesson to be learned. As long as the houseboat remains in Ireland, its legacy will live on, inspiring people to take risks, think outside the box, and work toward a more sustainable and compassionate world. As for Rick Small, his whereabouts remain unknown, but his spirit lives on through the boat he built and the message he left behind, a message that continues to inspire and intrigue people long after his houseboat arrived on the shores of Mayo County.